Well, here we are over at the Hisense booth. Doug, I want to just say real quick, it's great to meet you, and it's great to work with Hisense again.
Awesome. Glad to have you back again.
Oh yeah, indeed. Last year, it was the first time that I was able to actually try laser TVs for the first time, and it was because of my work with you guys. And I was here at the booth, I was able to see short throw projectors for the first time, and now that L5H is actually a revelation in my home. So laser TVs are always one of the first things that I look at when I come to your guys' booth. But aside from the laser TVs, and we'll probably talk a little bit more about that a little bit later, updates to the U lineups of all of the LED TVs. Like there's a lot coming down the pipe, not only for your newest edition, which is the ULED X, which I would love to hear more from you about.
ULED is our proprietary technology. It's how we control the picture quality and make such a great premium product. The ULED X takes that technology to a new level. We've been working with ULED for many years now, and it's exciting to see the next advancement with the X platform. So ULED X is a newer technology, and it's going to set the standard for what LED TVs should be. Year after year, every TV manufacturer strives to make the most realistic picture that you can have, the most immersive, cinematic, and again, real life image reproduction. And year after year, they get better and better with the newer technologies. For us, the ULED X, what it does is it sets a new standard in both peak brightness and contrast. It's one of the TVs that can reach OLED level blacks with contrast ratios of 150,000 to 1, but not sacrifice the brightness. It hits 2,500 nits of peak brightness.
Wow.
And then the ability to control the backlight for at the localized level, mini LED lets us do that. The ULED X has 20,000 mini LEDs. So when you look at all of those things combined, and you watch that picture, it's getting very close to where TV companies strive to make TV look like you're looking out the window.
Yeah. I did have a question. This is more of just a sort of general question in regards to just the market, because for what I heard, what I was told over there is that the 85-inch TV, that's the one that's going to be coming to the U.S. market. That's going to be a 4K television.
Yes.
But you have an even bigger one over there, which is already crazy. 110 inches, right? If I remember correctly.
110-inch 8K.
That's the 8K television.
8K, yes.
So I kind of wanted to ask a little bit about your thoughts on 8K and where 8K kind of stands, because if it's not coming to the US, it's going to go to other markets. Why do you think that is the case? But also, where do you see the future of 8K? Are we really going to be going to 8K very soon?
So Josh, I've been around when 2K became 4K, and they say it's not going to take off because there's no content. And now everything is 4K.
Yeah.
So here we are talking about 8K, and everybody says it'll never take off because there's no content. There will be content that comes in 8K. Upscaling technologies will allow people to experience 8K. So there's no question that in the future 8K will become important. So the 110 8K UX, great product in the future. We also, over here, we talked about Laser TV, we're launching in the market the first 8K Laser TV ever.
Wow.
So we definitely, like the industry sees, the resolution is going to get better, technology is going to get better, 8K will come. But you're probably capturing in 6K on a Red Dragon camera or cinematographers.
Not me personally.
You personally, okay. But directors and filmmakers are absolutely absolutely acquiring in higher resolution formats.
Yeah.
And the display devices need to be able to keep up with that. So you don't want to do an acquisition and then always have to down-res it for the consumer.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
As soon as penetration gets high enough, the resolutions will get better.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, the game is in 4K. How do we make 4K look better year after year? Josh, Hisense is one of very few manufacturers that have the ability to produce our own chipsets. So as a manufacturer of our chipsets, it gives us the ability to control really the brains of all the other technologies that, whether it's quantum dot, mini LED, motion, any of the smart platforms. What people have to realize, because you're going to hear a lot about mini LED at the show, is not all mini LEDs are the same. It's how do you make that perform, right? So our chipset gives us the ability to R&D and control the output of a much better experience.
So the U series stuff, I'm actually really excited for, because it was one of the big questions that I had last year is, what are you doing to really bring, let's say, the gamers into the limelight when it comes to Hisense?
Yeah, you're right. The U7K and the U8K will have 144 hertz panel. I'd like to believe that the family is going to come back together in the living room again.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have people doing gaming on a gaming monitor that reaches 144 hertz, when they can sit on a living room couch and play a console game, 144 hertz, with all of the gaming features, from variable refresh rate to FreeSync Premium Pro, on an 85-inch screen, and be able to just shut that off when they're done playing the game and go right back to a phenomenal sports experience or a movie experience, or even just watching general TV.
I did have one software question. I know that Google TV is across all of the products now. It maybe not be a question, but it's just a comment that it's great to see that, especially on the Laser TVs, because I've experienced it, Netflix is back. So I'm very happy to be able to see that. Doug,
great.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah,
looking forward to work together, and thank you so much for sitting down with me today.
Awesome. Good. Well, hopefully we'll come back next year and have even more exciting stuff to talk about.
100%. I'm sure you will.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Well, Mark, thank you so much for joining me today. As I'm told, you would be our expert for all things laser, essentially.
Who's lying to you?
Yeah. Wow. We are going to be talking about the Laser TVs here, but I have to start things off with obviously one of the big announcements. I was hearing from Leica themselves that they wanted me to come and see their short throw projector.
Right.
And with scheduling and all of that, it wasn't something that I was able to sort of kind of get into my calendar.
Right.
And then I come here to do these interviews with you guys, and all of a sudden it's right over there in the corner.
They're attached to the backside of our booth.
So tell me about this partnership, because it's such a cool thing to see that projector, and even that logo is even enough to get
the red
excited.
dot, the Leica dot. Well, I think the long-term strategy for our company is to utilize their strengths and our strengths to improve the consumer viewing experience of laser TV in the home. I mean, let's be realistic. I don't believe there's anybody that makes a better lens or has a better lens capability than Leica. So to me, lens is one of the most important parts of a UST, or a laser TV. Mm-hmm. So to partner up and have somebody like Leica that's going to, in the long term, not immediately, in the long term, be able to help us out, I think that's fantastic.
I've seen Hisense grow over the last number of years, and it was last year, the first time that I worked with you guys, that was my first time going UST. That was my first time going to the Laser TV. And it completely changed the way that I viewed content in my home. And I'll tell you right now, my parents are very happy about it.
Well, it is a different viewing experience. I've been in the TV industry for 40 years. I've been on the factory side for 20 years. So to come over and represent and try to understand this product, it's changing me. Because at the end of the day, who doesn't want a bigger TV, right? A better viewing experience.
Oh, yeah.
And as I always say, there's no replacement for displacement, right? Bigger is always better.
Sure.
And when you combine what the colors of a laser TV can provide, that no direct-view TV set can provide, it just makes it more immersive, more realistic.
I will say though, I know one of the marquee features or one of the developments you have with these is a new type of ALR screen.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Having to do that installation, I wish I filmed the entire process, but like my father and I were like trying to do that, and while it was certainly doable, it took way longer than we expected, and it was a bit of a chore. The screen's different now, right, in terms of its construction?
Yeah, it is different now. So you might have the 100 L5G or
Yes. L5G.
L5G.
Yeah, L5G.
So the frame construction has changed over the last year. We estimate it's going to save the consumer about 20 minutes of installation time. Really going to be able to pull the frame out of the box and go like this, open it up.
Oh, wow.
Right, and then attach your screen physically to the frame. That's going to improve your speed. But I also like the way our screen hangs on the wall. You may be able to agree or disagree, but having those two touch points that go on the wall, you don't need to be exact. You need to be close.
Yes.
Right? And then you have those fine-tuned adjustments
that
allows you to make sure your screen is level, the right measurement above the laser UST. I find that incredibly helpful because if I go to hang a picture on the wall, I'll hang it with one nail, that's good enough. If something's on there and I have to use two nails, I'm stressed out.
Yeah, you gotta
So that's kind of like the same thing here, right?
Yeah.
It makes it so much easier.
It does. I will say though, the meticulous, just finite adjustments that needed to be made. I was I was losing my mind for about 3 days, just trying to get it just right.
You don't have to be just a hobbyist to be able to install this, and that's our long
Yeah,
goal.
that's a good goal. Yes.
Right, is to have the regular consumers, not used to being in the CE industry like us,
Yeah.
be able to install it let's say, within an hour. I think an hour is fair, because if you hang a TV on the wall, right, you're going to run the electrical.
That's a lot, yeah.
That's another hour to 2 hour project
That's
too,
true.
right?
That's very true.
There's no wires on our wall because the screen is powerless.
Yeah, that's
The power's
very true.
well below.
You know what? I never actually articulated it in that manner, and that makes so much sense. And I love that you brought that up. So let's talk about the actual projectors then. So we have ourselves L5 over here, L6 right over around the corner, and then the L9, obviously. I'm on the L5, L5G. Now, my L5G does not have the trichroma, but I would love to try out trichroma over on the L9 because it's such a great system.
The picture quality on the L9 is absolutely stunning. But
Yeah.
before we get too far away from the L5, the L5's been improved so much versus the one you have. One is the screen is a lot better.
Sure.
So our new Fresnel screen, because all our screens are going to be the exact same screen next year. We're not going to have multiple different types of materials. Just one. On the L9, same screen, but now with that trichroma, that colorful engine behind that product. I mean, the picture is speaks for itself, especially with that screen. And we're looking over 420 nits in that product over there. So it's colorful and bright and clear, good contrast, nice black levels. Both these are true TV replacements. Yes, can you install them in a home theater room? I mean, everybody's like, oh, it's a home theater product. Our goal is to take that concept of a home theater and put it in every American's living room.
And make it easy to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, again, watching a 120 or 100-inch TV is very immersive, especially when it's clear and crisp.
I'm excited about this mini projector that you guys are putting
Yeah,
out.
I am too.
Yeah.
I am too. I first looked at it. I saw it on a spec sheet first. Then I'm looked at it. I'm like, okay, what's the application for this, and what's the picture look like? So I see it in person yesterday. And I'm like, picture looks really good.
It does.
Right? It's trichroma.
That's the thing. I don't even have trichroma, and you put it in a mini projector.
It's trichroma. It's Dolby Vision.
Yeah.
Right? It has JBL sound system in there. It's a product you can pretty much put anywhere.
Exactly.
Right? So, as I said to a couple people, they were laughing earlier. I said, listen, when you have a house party, you can tell your friend, you supply the food, I'm supplying the entertainment. And go over to his house. It's so easy that's easy setup. You plug in, literally, it's up and running, and it's perfectly tuned within seconds, not hours.
Because it's got the autofocus,
auto keystoning.
Yep.
It's fabulous. If you want a larger picture, you just pull it back.
Yeah.
Right? But it goes from 65 inches to 150. There's nothing wrong with an instant 150 4K image. So that, the new Cube is really designed, or the C1 is designed to play well on a wall or on a screen.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody wants to have a garage party, there you go.
What is one thing that you were super excited about to see at CES? What's one main takeaway that you had? Like one great product, even if it's one of your own.
Well, it is one of our own. It's the 8K.
The 8K. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That thing is fantastic.
The Laser TV. Yeah, that was exciting. I mean, I knew it was coming, but I really wanted. I'm a video guy. I've been doing this my whole life, and the picture on it's excellent. It's outstanding. I mean, there's a lot of great products at the show. There really is. I did scope the floor out this morning first thing, and I ran around and saw some things, and some things were new.
Okay.
Some things were definitely better.
Yeah.
But from a video point of view, visual, our 8K.
Dude, the ULED X, it just...
Yeah, that one over there, that's smoking too, right?
Yeah.
And how about the 110-inch out front? You see that?
I did see that one, and I even asked Doug, that one is not coming here yet, as from what I've heard.
Right.
So I wanted to get some perspective on how much longer do you think it'll take for us to get to an 8K life? It seems like it's a little bit far out still.
Well, for us in Laser TV, it's TBD. I mean,
sure, yeah.
It'll be available in China in the first half of the year. Mm-hmm. And it really is going to come down to me talking to my select dealer base, because it won't be everybody. Is there a market for it? What's the size of the market? And if we feel that the size is relevant, we can bring them in. And when I say we're relevant, it doesn't have to be a lot, right? Because it isn't. We envision it being more of expensive laser television.
Sure.
But we want to be out in front of this. Mm-hmm. We want to, when people think Laser TV, we only want them to think us.
Well, you literally went big.
Right.
Like they say go big or go home. You went 110.
Yeah, right.
110 on an 8K television. That's fantastic.
Right.
Well, Mark, I want to thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for sitting here with me and for talking. And thank you and congratulations on all of the announcements for this CES.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Have a good day.